Hi guys, welcome back to the Southern Scouser. This is my reaction video to the match tonight. Liverpool 2-0 winners over Sheffield United. A much needed win after a run of 4 straight league defeats. Obviously another win on the road, so yet to break our Anfield duck. That could potentially happen next week when we host Chelsea. But for today, 3 points was all that was needed, all that mattered. And yeah, Liverpool duly got the work done, didn't they? Obviously, the performance, again, I would say it was similar to the Leipzig game. We didn't really need to be at our best to get the result tonight. The opposition were poor, in my opinion. I did predict a 1-0 win for Liverpool pre-game. Obviously, Liverpool did win by an extra goal, but Sheffield United, I did say, weren't greatest going forward. They didn't look like scoring, even with the early team news, where Adrian was named in goal. A lot of Liverpool fans online, on Facebook chats, comments, really worried when they saw the news that Adrian was starting as Alisson was obviously missing due to bereavement, which we did predict may be the case, and Kelleher, this season's understudy, also out injured as well, which gave us a very inexperienced back kind of three, a triangle of Phillips, Kabak and Adrian. Obviously, Adrian is experienced in terms of career, but this season hasn't featured very much, apart from a couple of appearances where he's conceded quite a few goals. So, yeah, obviously, clean sheet with that as the back sort of three is really good. Obviously, 0-0 at half time. It wasn't a great performance in the first 45 minutes. We created a little bit here and there, but yeah, overall, there was definitely work to be done. So second half, we came out a lot better, a lot more on the front foot, moving the ball a lot quicker. Curtis Jones with a really good goal to get us 1-0 up. Good work from Trent down the right-hand side. The ball looked like it initially went out of play, but on closer look on the replay, definitely kept the ball in play. The whole ball definitely didn't cross the line. And yeah, Curtis Jones with a really good finish into the back of the net. So that was pretty much, as they asked him in the interview after the game, relieved a lot of the pressure, getting that goal. As soon as you reach the hour mark at 0-0, teams like Sheffield United feel that there's a point to be had, and they drop deeper and deeper, and the attacking team get more and more nervous that goal's not going to come, take more risks, and so to get 1-0 up around that kind of time was really good. After that, obviously Bobby was involved with Curtis Jones for the second goal. A really good run from Bobby after he'd missed some good chances in the first half. Really, he should have done better. One-on-one with Ramsdale pretty early on. Should have scored, really, or at least squared it. And then a second chance where you think he probably should have shot, ends up trying to square it, and it comes to nothing as well when Ramsdale had made a good save. So yeah, Bobby runs through a few players, gets a shot away. It does get a big wicked deflection off of a Sheffield United centre-back's foot, and the ball was initially going to go pretty far wide. Bobby kind of claims the goal with his usual celebration, but yeah, obviously the dubious goals panel decided that wasn't going to be the case, and rightly so, give it as an own goal. So Bobby's still looking for that elusive goal, but that was the 2-0. That was the moment where the game was really decided. Sheffield United were never going to score two. One was looking hard enough. So yeah, that was good. A much needed result, really. A couple of late substitutions. Cater and Milner were introduced towards the end of the game. I thought we might have seen Chamberlain or Shaqiri, as we have seen in previous weeks, and obviously Jota as well, a player we thought might at least come off the bench, was sick last night in the team hotel. He did actually travel with the team, so expect to see him at least feature against Chelsea on Thursday. Fabinho was another one that was missing. Obviously, he was back in team training yesterday, so again, it looks like he could feature against Chelsea in midweek. Whether he'll start that game at centre back is an interesting one, because it's Chelsea, so it's a lot harder opposition than Sheffield United. Will he go with Kabak and Phillips, even if Alisson's back at home to Chelsea? It's debatable. So we'll have to wait and see on that one. But it would be good to see Fabinho and Alisson back in the 11 for that Chelsea game, which is now a must-win. Liverpool now 1 point behind Chelsea. Same games played. Chelsea sitting 5th, Liverpool sitting 6th. And then a point ahead of Chelsea, or 2 points ahead of Liverpool. In that coveted 4th spot is West Ham. So definitely within reach now. We desperately needed to win today, which we duly did. It's back in our hands now. We played both of them before the end of the season, I believe. Obviously Chelsea next week. So huge game, 6-pointer if you've ever seen one. It's the sort of game where we'll weirdly accept a draw, and it will peter out into a draw. Was my early feelings for that game. You know, damage limitation almost. So if we can keep a point behind them, it's better than falling 4 points behind. But for me, that's the sort of game now. After a horrible run, we need to go and stamp our authority, show what we're all about, go and beat Chelsea, and say we're here for top 4 minimum. You know, we should be in the top 3. We should be in the top 2, but 4th should be the minimum that we're looking for as defending champions, really. So big game next week. I'll do another preview video on that a little bit closer to the time, and obviously a few more blogs and reviews on the various platforms as well, guys. So keep an eye out for those. 2-0 win for the Reds tonight, though. Really, really pleased to see that. So I was going to do kind of player ratings. Difficult, as it was a bit of a flat game. I think the majority of the team was 6 out of 10, which is classed as average. I think Curtis Jones, rightly so, man of the match with his probably a 7 out of 10. Nothing too much more than that. He did come off towards the end of the game as well. So I don't think anybody deserved an 8. I think mostly was a 6. Trent had his moments. Curtis Jones rightfully man of the match with a 7 out of 10. So yeah, hopefully the player ratings will mean a bit more next week when we play Chelsea. And there'll be a bit more to talk about. But a 2-0 win for the Reds, back on winning ways, end of that horrible run, and let's try and end that Anfield record as well. Take care, guys. This has been the Southern Scouser.